As cave miners, we are all on the hunt for the same thing. A shimmering blue stone found only at the deepest and darkest depths of the cave below us. If a miner were to locate one of these extremely rare ores, they would be able to move up into a higher district and free themselves and their family from this painful existence. The reason we are all cave miners in the first place is because we were born into this life by our parents. Only citizens of the same district are able to have a child together, and that child becomes part of the same district as its parents. My parents died years ago in a terrible mining accident that also killed 10 others. Their desperation to move up into a higher district and give us all a better life blinded them, and they unfortunately had to face the grave consequence of their actions. At the time of their death, I was devastated and all alone. Now that years have passed, all I feel is frustration for them wanting to go so deep into the mines. All they had to do was stay near the top of the cave system and collect easier ores. Sure, we would have been miners for the rest of our lives, but at least we would still be together. I was too young to speak up towards them as a child, and now I wish things could have been different. This is Minecraft Omission. Today I woke up even earlier than usual. I quickly gather all my usual supplies and head towards the mines. On the way there, I notice something feels different about my body. I am more agile on my feet, and my supplies and tools feel lighter than normal. I arrive at the entrance, drop off my tag, and make my way down. Since I know I left some iron down in the chest from yesterday, I waste no time mining and head back to the deep part of the cave. Once I'm down, I see a lot of mobs blocking the path towards the chest, so I head down a different branch to see if I can wait for some of them to leave the area. But as I head down the path, something catches my eye from a distance. I walk over to its direction, and when it comes into view, I feel my heart skip a beat. The unmistakable blue shimmer in the stone tells me this is nothing but a vein of diamonds, and by the looks of it, there seems to be two. It's been 7 years since someone has brought back a diamond to hand in, and of all people, it's me who stumbles upon one. With excitement filling my entire body, I mine the ore, but my emotions are suddenly whiplashed when the gem crumbles in front of me. I feel my stomach drop as all my hopes and dreams shatter before my very eyes. Something must be wrong, but I don't know what. Were these diamonds an illusion? Am I just seeing things? I don't want to destroy this other diamond and risk ruining the last ore as well, so I decide I should leave it for now and head back to see if the mobs are still guarding the path. A few of them cleared out, so I figured I'd fight the rest of them. While swinging my sword, I noticed I could recover from my attacks much more quickly, and my faster movements helped me evade some of the attacks. After I finish the last of them, I make my way back around the stream of lava and climb back over the small wall with the ladders I placed from yesterday. I open the chest, grab the iron I placed there, and also grab the book. I finally open to the first page, and what I read just confuses me. The page starts by just listing off symptoms like painful headaches, loss of consciousness, and mood swings. But the last two things written are an increased vitality and eye color change. It also names a word I've never heard before, called a minite. Also, some sort of transformation can't be stopped once it started. I'm not sure what to think of this, other than recognizing I felt 3 of those symptoms yesterday while heading towards the mines. And it makes me wonder if my sudden increase in strength has something to do with these so-called symptoms. I'm a bit confused, but I decide to just keep reading. The next page is titled Known Brews, and shows a list of items where I could only recognize the words sugar and rabbit's foot. It also shows a ratio of some kind of wort and water mixed with a base ingredient. I guess it must just be some sort of drink my mom used to make, and flip to the next page. The third page shows a drawing of squares forming a shape of a rectangle, and says lava glasses are required material, also that something must be ignited with a flame. I can't make any sense of this either, so I just flip to the next page, which makes my eyes go wide. It reads, diamonds require precision to extract from stone. Iron is the minimum requirement to harvest this gem. I realize now why the ore I mined earlier broke into pieces. It was because my pickaxe is made of stone. I used some of the wood I brought down to make a crafting table, and then a furnace out of some extra cobblestone I had from mining. I decided I'm going to make an iron pickaxe to mine the diamond. Using a precious metal for selfish purposes is an action punishable by death, but down this far in the caves, I don't think anyone would catch me doing this. Once the iron finishes smelting, I craft the iron pick and head back to where I found the diamond. Luckily, there aren't any mobs in the area still, and I return to the spot quickly. Once I find the last diamond ore, I take a deep breath and mine it. To my amazement, the blue gem drops right in front of me. I pick up the diamond and can't believe I'm actually holding one for myself. At this point, I'm so excited to finally free myself from being a cave miner, I begin to head straight back to the surface. But that's when I remember the book and how there's still more that I haven't read yet. I don't know what the guards will do if they find the book on me, so I decide I should keep it stowed away in the chest until I figure out a plan how to get it out. Even though I now have a diamond to move up to the higher district, the guards are still not my friends. I doubt they will let me take the book back with me. Once I get back to the surface, I take my name tag, drop off my other materials, and show the guard my diamond, since I'm not exactly sure what happens after a miner turns one in. The guard seems unfazed at what I'm holding, and randomly asks me if my eyes have always been purple, because my record shows them as being green. I tell him I thought they were green as well, but he immediately ends the conversation. He gives me a new set of armor for my gem, and tells me that someone will come to pick me up in the morning, and take me to a higher district for my reward. Before I leave, he tells me I should wear the armor to bed, so that I could be ready as soon as possible in the morning. I tell him that I will, and start to head back home. I grab a few mushrooms for dinner and walk home. On the way, I notice that this armor feels different than normal, as if it's releasing some sort of energy, and it seems to have this faint glow to the material. I figure it's just a special suit that is given to those that found a diamond, and put them on when I get home. The armor certainly feels different while wearing it too, but it's a good feeling. I just can't tell why exactly. I finish my dinner and head to bed. Tomorrow, I'm leaving this town. I finally get to live a life of peace and safety. I doze off with my mind clear for the first time since my parents were around, knowing they would have been proud of me for completing their mission. I'm suddenly awoken in the middle of the night by a guard telling me to get up. He seems a bit shocked when I tell him I'll be out in a minute, and I gather all my items from my chest to bring with me, even though it isn't much. I walk out of my town, and the guard outside gives me 2 strange-looking drinks. The energy from these drinks feels the same as the armor, so I guess they must be a good thing too. He tells me to drink them to celebrate leaving the town, but right before I do, I notice how many guards are in the area. I guess I was wrong about them, and maybe they really were happy for me. I drink both drinks, and immediately feel energized and weightless. I turn around to see the guard staring at me in shock, but I have no idea why. That's when one draws his bow and shoots me with an arrow. I'm completely confused why, and then I get hit by another arrow. I feel a rush of adrenaline and sprint away as fast as I can. I feel invigorated, and I move faster than I ever have before. I also realize I can jump 2 blocks at once for some reason. I don't know where this power came from, but I don't question it. My only thought is running as far away from the guards as I can. I run until my legs burn, and my hunger stops me. I eat some of the food I brought with me, and take a break. I doubt they followed me this far. Out in the wilderness, I'll have to fend for myself. Luckily, my parents taught me how to craft and survive, so I just start by chopping a tree. I suddenly remember the book, and how I never got to read the last few pages. But I couldn't head back there now, not with all those guards there. I'm sure they'll tighten security even more now that I've escaped. I hope the other miners don't get caught up in this too. I set up a small hidden campsite and decide to get some rest. Tomorrow, I will look for another district and get to the bottom of why the guards tried to take my life.